outside Prisma Health tonight with this man's story. Brookley.
Well, Cody, for 3 weeks, Bobby Bennett says he thought that he was going to die. He says there were some nights that he thought that he wouldn't even make it through until morning. But now he's on the road to a full recovery, which is something that also gives us hope. Bobby Bennett lives a fast life on the road, in the air, and on the tracks. But back in March, life came to a screeching halt.
But I can tell you my life will never be the same. It will never be the same from this point on.
Bennett lives in the Upstate, but it's always on the go, traveling to drag races across the country. He's the editor and publisher of Competition Plus, an online drag racing magazine. But when he got home from his most recent trip, something just wasn't right.
I believe that I picked up the virus on a flight home, a red-eye flight. We were covering a race in Bakersfield, California.
He says he didn't start feeling bad until a few days later, but that was only the beginning.
I had temperatures that went as high as 104 one time.
For days, Bennett says he was too weak to walk, woke up with migraines, had a constant fever, and couldn't keep anything down. And after getting sent home from one hospital, he got even worse.
I went to sleep, and I prayed that God would take me home to die because I couldn't take it anymore.
The next day, Bennett's wife drove him to Prisma Health, where he would spend the next few days in complete isolation.
When I was in the hospital, my wife drove up to the door. They came out with a wheelchair and said, "Okay, you can leave now." I didn't see my wife or my kids or anybody for 4 days.
And that's when his worst fears were confirmed.
He said, "We know what's wrong with you." I said, "Well, you care to fill me in on that?" And he says, "Yeah, you have COVID-19.
Bennett was released from the hospital the following week and sent home to finish recovering. And once he got the go-ahead, he says he went out for a drive.
But then I started driving, and I started thinking, I said, "I'm so sorry, Lord, that I asked you to take my life because life is precious."
Now, Bennett says he's out of quarantine and no longer has the virus, but he says he's not feeling 100% just yet, but is making strides every day. Live in Greenville, Brookley, Cromer, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.